in and share my screen. Okay, so welcome to the class today. We are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. So if you observe, I've gone ahead to create a duplicate of what we did yesterday. So what we did yesterday is in Flask Forms day 1. You will see it like that on the repository. Now we will make some modifications to day 2. And what I'm doing is this way is when you watch the video, you know if you're watching the video for today, you know that you come and check for the files for today in this folder. Okay, so we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday and do a little bit more with the forms. So yesterday we were able to create the app file and then we did some imports. Or you know what, let's delete what we did yesterday and start afresh, because doing it again will also help. So let's copy everything, make it blank, go to the template, the home page, and yeah, let's remove it. So everything is blank. So normally we are going to start by creating our Flask application, and like we know, the first thing to do is to import Flask from Flask. So from Flask, import Flask. Okay, and then we'll go ahead to create an application. So app is equal to an instance of that Flask. So and we'll pass this, we always pass this name variable, and we remember would run our app if the name variable is equal to main. Okay, this, then we'll take the app, run it, we'll set debug equal to true so that we run it in debug mode. So like this, now we've created a simple Flask app. So let me do so. Let me on my terminal, let me try it out if the app works. So sorry. So it's running. But of course, if we check it, there'll be nothing for us because we have not created any root. So you can see my local host not found. So we are going to go ahead and create some roots. But now, because we want to use some forms, it's good that we do some app configurations and set a secret key. Like we said yesterday, this is not the best way to do this, but we will just do it like this for now. So we just set our secret key to be equal to my secret. Normally, this is bad practice because it's, secret key is like something that should be hidden. And like I say, we'll get to a point where we'll show also how to properly put this as environment variables. So when somebody see your script, they will not see what it is, right? It will pick it from the environment variable. So the next thing we are going to do now, because we are going to create a form, we are going to create a form now, maybe like for a a survey. And why we are doing it so that we can see the different types of form elements in display. Okay. So we'll create a class for our form. So I can call it info form, just like information form. And now from Flask, we'll have to import Flask WTF to get the class for creating form. So we import from Flask WTF, we import Flask form. Flask WTF, if you don't have it, you need to install it. If you watched the video of yesterday, that's what we did. So we have it today. So in this class, I will pass the argument Flask form. It is inheriting. If you remember inheritance, when we did OOP, you can inherit from other classes. Flask form is a class on its own. So now this class is inheriting from Flask form. Okay, this is going to help us in creating our form. So let's just say the first thing we want to collect is name. And yes, we also need to import the form elements. So from this will be imported from WTF form, WT forms, import. Now we will take string field, which is what we use. So the name of the person is going to be a string field. And then we need to have some validation. So from WT forms dot validators, we are going to import. We import data required. Okay, we explain what it means, which means this field must be provided. So now what is this field? We are going to give it a label. So what is your name? And in addition, we'll give it some validators. Validators is a list. Okay, so we'll put in the validator data required with open brackets. That is the only validator we need at this point. So the list contains one element. The next field we want to explore is saved. We'll just call it saved, and it will be equal to, we want to ask a question that is true or false. So to do that, we're going to use another field called Boolean. Oh no, not from data required. So go back here. So in addition to string field, I want to import Boolean field. Boolean field is a field for true or false. So now saved is going to be a Boolean field type, and the label will just be are you saved? Okay, are you saved? Now, let's also capture the mood of the person. Mood. Now the mood is we're going to have options of mood that the person can have. Maybe we'll say, are you um are you like happy or excited? Let's just say that. Are you happy or excited? Okay. So to do that, we are going to use select field. We are just using different fields from this WT form, so we'll see how they function. So we have a select field now. The label will just be what is your mood today. Now this one, or let me say mood today. Select one. Okay, so we're going to display a list of mood for the person to select from. So now we're going to have choices. It's also going to be a list, but this list for the choices that we're going to display in our select field is going to be a list of tuples. If you remember what tuples are. So these tuples are just like that. Now it's going to have two components. Let me say one, mood one, comma, and then say happy. So this person is happy. This one is happy. We'll have another one, another tuple for mood two, and that should be excited, or let's say sad. Okay. Now it's getting too long, so we need to break it down. There should be a comma here before choices. After the label, there should be a comma, then choices. But as we did yesterday, we hit enter. So the choices come to the next line. And let's just add another one. Mood, mood 3. This should be excited, right? Let's just leave it at 3. We can keep adding as much into the choices for the user, but let's leave it as 3. And then we need to display a radio field. So that's another type. So say, now what question are we going to ask? Can someone give us a question that has just two answers for the user to select from? Can someone give, what do we ask now in our form?
What is our favorite color?
And favorite color can be many.
Color.
I need one that has just two answers, because I want to show a radio button now.
Okay.
Radio button is going to be either this or that.
Okay. What if we use gender?
Okay, gender. I think gender is okay.
Yeah.
Gender.
Yeah, gender. So yeah, gender. Now we can give a radio field, and we'll now say, what is your gender? Or let me use the word select your gender, so that you just have to select from the options. Now this radio field is just like select field. It will also have choices. Okay. You can add validators, right, to all of them. We could still add data required. The form will not submit except you bring it. Now, choice is the same as before. It's also a list of tuples. So it will contain a tuple. And this time now we'll say the first one is M, and the value is male, right? The other is male. The second element is another tuple. That will be F, and the value will be female. So we need one more. Let's just see feedback. Feedback should be okay. I've not imported this one. feedback should be a text area. Okay, text area field. So this will be a text area field. And this will just be for them to give us any feedback. Let's leave it like that. Okay, you can give a label, but let's just leave that one. Then the other field that we'll use, submit field. So we'll then have a submit button in our form they can use to submit. This one is a submit field and the value will be submit. So now we have written our class with our form element. So we have basically created the form class. Now you can have more than one form classes in your development. We'll see that as we go along. So this is it. So the next thing is going to be a root. We're going to create a root. Let's we use our decorator at app.root. So what root is it going to be now? Let's say it's going to be slash survey. Slash survey. And then we'll now have the function def survey. And here in the survey, we are going to pass the form. So we'll say form is equal to info form. We'll create a form and we'll return render templates. We've not imported it, so from Flask we also import render template. So here we have render template, and we're going to have a template called survey.html. We've not created it, we'll create it, and then we'll pass the form equals to form. Okay, we're going to create this form in survey.html. Now we need a home page. In fact, I should create the home root first. Let me create it. So everything is serial. Is anyone in church? Who is in church?
This is Benjamin.
Okay, don't worry, I've muted everybody. So let's create the home page. Let me just return the home page, render template for home.html. Okay, home.html. Then maybe in the home, we will later link it to survey. Okay, but for now, let's keep it like this and keep going. So now I've created two roots and they contain two HTML files, this and that. So let us go and create the files. Are you okay? So now remember, you must put them in the folder called templates. So in our templates folder now, we are going to create the first file, which will be home.html. and we'll create the second file, which would be, I would like to call this, let me not call it home. Let me call it index. Index.html. Careful, careful. And then the second page we need is survey. HTML, both HTML pages. Okay, so we have survey and index pages. Now let's view the index page. Let me give it a title and just call home. Now in the body, I just want to put some H1 and just say welcome to our site, our website or web app. Then I'll have a paragraph. Then I'll say click here to take our survey. Now this here, now we want to make it an anchor tag, right? So we want it to have like a link that someone can click and go take our survey. So we just call it now. We put a hash. We've not put what the link would be. Okay, let's save the home page for now and go to the survey page. So our survey page will just still do the same thing. We'll call it survey for title, and then in the body now, remember we passed the form from the root. We are passing the form to this page, so we can access the form items here and make use of them. And how do we do this? We'll just put maybe one. We are going to put a h1 tag, say welcome to our survey. Okay, so just say welcome to our survey, and then underneath we're going to put the form. So we'll put a form element, and here we don't need action for now. We'll just say method. Method is equal to post. Now in the form, we are going to be putting down the elements from our form, which we designed in our form class. But first, for security of the form, we need to put the hidden tag. So we have form.hidden tag. Now the first thing in our form is the name. So we are going to grab the name of form.name.label. Form.name.label, and we have form.name. Okay, and we go to the next. Do you remember the next item? Form.saved, I think, dot label. Form.saved. Let's just copy one instead of typing everything from the beginning. Paste it. to, let me check our survey. Sorry, we'll check out, we have saved name, mood, gender, and feedback. So, 1, 2, feedback. Okay, so we'll continue. 1, 2. So we have name saved. We ask for mood. And then we ask for gender. Okay. Now the other one is, we can say any other feedback, just asking if there's any feedback, and then we'll put yes, form.feedback. So this is how we want our form to be, and then the submit button. We're gonna put our submit button, which will just be form.submit. So now let's look at this. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 form elements. So we just try to ask a question, any feedback, and then we put this last one. So let's look at it again. We have saved, mood, gender, feedback, submit. So name, save, mood, gender, feedback, and submit. So our form is complete there. So let's save it and let's test this out. Okay, one more thing. Let us go back here, and from Flask, import Flask render template, and then we'll also import URL for. We'll use it. But let's go now to the index page. Okay, let's just run the app and see. So save. Okay, actually the app is even still running. So as we saved it, it refreshed. So let's go and check our browser. Refresh it and let's see. So we have an error. So what is the error? Template not found. Good. So we'll go down. When you come to the bottom, it says template not found, home.html. Okay, I understand. So we go back to our application. When we created the root, we told it to bring home.html, but when we created the HTML, we called it index. So we need to just make that correction. So it's index. Save it. Go back. Refresh. Now we are here. So you could see like what we created in the home page. We just said welcome to our web app, and we say click here to take our survey. When we click it, nothing is happening because we have not linked it to the survey yet. How do you know that? When you go and look at the index page, you can see when we say click and we put the anchor tag, the href, we just put a hash. Simply means when you don't know or when you don't want to link it to anywhere yet, you can just put hash, nothing will happen. So when you click on it, nothing happens, it's just hash. Okay, but we know the second route, we can go there directly. So we just go and say survey, hit enter. So this is our survey page. Now everything is looking all together. See, what is your name? You see the box. Are you saved? You see this one. What is your mood today? Select one. Everything is together. So we are going to make all of them stay on one. one after the other. It's all together. So they are all in one line, almost like that. Everything is together. So we are going to correct that. We go to our um, HTML for survey. Now, after each element, we are going to put a break. This is just a HTML tag for a new line. So I'll just copy it so that it will make sure everything stays on its own line. So any other feedback, then between this and that, then save it, go back, refresh. So you can see can you see it, or is it too small? How do I
Yes.
minimize it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
So you see, what is your name? The person put his name. Are you saved? Because for are you saved, we used a Boolean field. You see, it's just, you know how this field is. You either tick it or you don't tick it. The other field after Boolean field, which we did, was the select field, where we try to put some mode. Now look at what it is. It's a select. You have all of them. The person is going to select one. So we are just trying to see the different fields. And for the gender, we use radio button. This is what the radio button is. Just two of them. If you click female, you are female. If you click male, female will go. So you can only click one of them. Okay, just choose one. Then any other feedback. This is a text area. You can type a lot of things. You can also, all of these things can be modified with CSS, where you maybe increase their size, make them look more beautiful. Normally in a website, it will not look like this. It will look, fine, well arranged. All those ones are CSS. So, okay, this is it. All our elements, and then submit. If you click submit now, nothing is going to happen. Okay, say nothing will happen because method not allowed. Okay, fine. The reason why the method is not allowed is because in this route for survey, we have not yet allowed post method. Okay. Now we know that it's going to be a form and they're going to submit the form. Simply means they are going to post. Then we now need to allow this. Okay. So when you go back to your root, you then see that we can now add methods just like we did yesterday. And it will be a list. We give it get and post. So get method is so that they can request it, post so that I can post something. So that's where the method is allowed. Even if we save it now and go back and run it, it's not still going to go anywhere because nothing's still going to happen. But let's just see. It will not still be method not found.